can discuss what's...
Have some intelligence, okay? Nice try, piggy. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry, guys, I don't know what was going on with my computer, but I restarted.
And not wanting anyone else to deal with him, Roy would tutor him one-on-one. On the first day of one-on-one tutoring, she would attempt to talk to him about that poem. You probably know why you've been asked to come here today. The poem you read in class. It was a joke, satire. And what's with you taking photos of other students in class? It's just a hobby. I take pictures of trees.
A girl in my school used to do that. She was a little cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. She would just take random photos of us during class.
The sky. Well, taking pictures of other students without permission is something the university takes extremely seriously, especially if you're publishing them on a website or something like that. That could get you in some serious trouble, and I wouldn't want that to happen to you. Do you understand? Yeah. Were you offended by the class discussion of eating animals? I wasn't offended. I was just making fun of it. I thought it was funny. Thought I'd make fun of it. Are you vegetarian? No. Do you have religious beliefs about eating meat or animals? No. Are you finding the class helpful? Would you rather be taking another class? When things are assigned to me, I do it. You don't seem like yourself. Like the student I knew at the start of the school year. Did anything bad happen to you? No. I'm just like real quiet and shy. So giving a presentation or something would be like torture for you? No. Or working one-on-one, say with someone like me, maybe that would be hard for you? No. Okay. Good. So you have two choices. You can explain to your fellow students in class that your poem was satire and assure them you won't take any more pictures of them. Or you can work with me. Which one? I don't know. Well, you can let me know by Friday. Roy would then attempt to convince Cho to go into counseling, to no avail. When their meeting was over and Cho left, she would give him a copy of her book. She noted that he seemed to be near crying and was upset. Roy would try and try to get Cho into counseling, but he wouldn't agree. She would alert multiple departments of the school, including campus police. But because he hadn't done anything illegal, there was nothing they could do. I definitely feel like he could have been expelled for the whole photographing legs thing, right? Maybe they didn't have enough proof, even though basically the entire class saw it. Cho would also be very creepy around
This stack is coming. Oh my god.
his two roommates, Andy Koch and John Ide. Thinking Cho was just a shy kid, they would attempt to connect with him and maybe help him become slightly more social. They would take him to a party where they would all drink together. After he got a bit tipsy, he would open up about his life. He told them about his supermodel girlfriend who lives in outer space named Jelly, who would call him Spanky as a nickname. Really? That was their actual response to that. They weren't sure if he was joking, but no, he was dead serious. Unsurprisingly, when he went to sleep later that night, they would go through his belongings. They didn't find anything suspicious, besides a pocket knife. The next day, Koch would try and enter Cho's room to talk to him, but the door was locked. Cho said he was making out with Jelly, and he couldn't come in. He's literally doing that "my girlfriend lives in Canada" thing, but completely unironically. Shortly after, Koch would be woken up in the middle of the night by two people banging on the door. When he opened it, it was the police, and they asked for Cho. Koch would leave to respect his privacy. The police spoke to Cho for a bit, but nothing would come of it. When the police left, Koch would go back into the living room, and Cho would want to know why.
Stop doing that.
The police were here. He'd go on to explain that he was text messaging a girl, which I'm sure was not consensual. After a bit of harassing her, he would find out where she lived and go into her private dorm room to look her in the eye and see if she was cool. He goes in, wearing sunglasses and a hat, and introduces himself. Hi, I'm question mark. But he said when he looked her in the eye,
We have to keep going. I'm not restarting. We have to keep going.
was promiscuity in her gaze. This made him not want to talk to her anymore, so he left. That was like a random encounter in Fallout. The girl was understandably terrified. She would call the police
I'll
immediately
be terrified too.
after he left. Can you imagine being his roommate? Like, what do you even say after he tells you this? Damn, bro. You'll find a girl without a promiscuous gaze eventually. She was far from the last girl Cho would harass. One day, after Cho and his two roommates were done going to a party, they would head to a girl's room. Randomly, in the middle of everyone hanging out and talking to each other, he would pull out a pocket knife and start stabbing the carpet. I can't find anything about what happened afterwards, but I imagine they just let him do it out of fear. Unsurprisingly, this would be the last time his roommates would take him to a party. Cho would later have another incident with the same girl who he destroyed the carpet of. He had a Facebook account he'd use sometimes, mostly to harass women he'd become obsessed with. The thing is, the name on that account was question mark. And instead of actually posting pictures of himself like normal people do, he'd post drawings of a Zorro-looking guy whose face was blank except for a large question mark. He would repeatedly make contact with that girl on this account, messaging her and leaving comments on her page that were self-deprecating. She began to suspect it was Cho, and would ask this strange question mark if it was. He'd reply with, "I do not know who I am."
Okay,
He'd go so far as to go
he's doing that cryptic shit.
to her dorm room door and write lines from Romeo and Juliet on the little dry erase whiteboard she had hanging on it. "My name, dear saint."
Why does it
is
keep doing that? I reset it. You little shit. Usually when I reset, you stop this dumb shit.
hateful to myself. Had I written it, I would tear the word. Now, at first, the girl wasn't too scared, but then Cock would message her and say something like, "Oh yeah, that probably was Cho. He's been stalking women, and I think he's a bit schizophrenic." This would scare her into reporting the incidents to the police, to which the police would have a stern talking to with Cho, because technically, he hadn't done anything illegal. After this, Cho would email Cock, saying something along the lines of, "I might as well kill myself now." Cock would ask if he really meant that, call his own father, and tell the police. Cho would finally face some consequences, and he would be taken to a psychiatric clinic. While there, he would be found to be mentally ill and in need of hospitalization. He was temporarily detained. He would soon be facing a judge who would determine if he had to go to treatment or not. So the entire shooting was prevented, right? They found out he was the most mentally ill guy in existence and forced him to go into treatment? Well, not exactly. He was declared dangerously mentally ill in order to go to treatment in December 2005, but he just didn't go to the treatment. You see, the court legally isn't able to follow up or enforce these rulings. So, what agency or department does? None. To put into perspective how stupid this is, imagine somebody is sentenced to prison time by a judge, but in a world where the police don't exist. So, who can actually make sure they go to prison? Nobody. A judge would say this about the system. "When I let the person go outpatient, I always put on the record, I hope I don't read about you tomorrow in the paper. Don't make me look like the foolish judge that could have stopped you." What? "Hey, I'm sentencing you to treatment, but we can't actually force you to go. Please don't kill anyone. It'll make me look bad." She's saying this like it's some quirky, funny
Please don't kill anyone. It will make me look bad. What?
thing. Why does it seem like the government just doesn't work sometimes? Further creepy behavior by Cho is that he would frequently call his roommates and say some pretty weird stuff, like when he called Cock and introduced himself as question mark. He said he was Cho's twin brother and asked for Cho. I can only imagine how this phone call
Okay, that's some like cartoon villain type shit. Oh yeah, that was my evil brother.
went. "Hey, it's me. Question mark. Can I speak to Cho?" "Cho? Why are you calling me?" This isn't Cho. This is his twin brother." "Okay, well, I have caller ID, dude, and I know it's you."
I'm hungry.
We should order some fried chicken.
Italian.
Warring hands over chicken feet.
Later, on Thanksgiving, Cho would call him again and say he was vacationing with Vladimir Putin in North Carolina. He'd reply with, "I'm pretty sure that's not possible, Cho." Eventually, Cho's roommates would just give up trying to befriend him, and I honestly commend them for trying so hard. While living with him, they would go through his stuff whenever he slept and throw away any knives he had. After his disastrous junior year, Cho's mother would begin to look towards religion even more for help. According to Dong Cho Lee, minister of One Mind Presbyterian Church of Washington, Cho's mother would come into his church for help. Cho's problem needed to be solved by spiritual power. That's why she came to our church, because we were helping several people like him. Sure, members of his church would tell Cho's mother that Cho was possessed by demonic power and he needed deliverance. But before that could happen, He would move back to Virginia Tech. He would soon start his senior year, and he would change roommates and move into a 3-bedroom suite with 5 other students. He would share his own bedroom with another student. He wouldn't talk to any of his roommates at all. It seems as if he became even more socially isolated. One of his roommates would say he never even heard his voice until the video manifesto was aired on the news. He would also rarely, if ever, make eye contact. He would often sit in a wooden rocking chair, staring out the window, silently. He would also ride his bicycle around in circles around the dormitory parking lot. He would give himself buzz cuts in the shared sink. He would sleep with the lights on, and whenever he slept, he would loudly moan. He would play the same song over and over again, Shine by Collective Soul. He would even write the lyrics of the song on his bedroom wall.
Okay, well, I feel sorry for that band because like now, forever that band will be associated with school pewing.
Teach me how to speak. Teach me how to share. Teach me where to go. It's also
That's like some elementary school type lyric.
in his senior year that he would write his infamous Richard McBeef play in his playwriting class. The play was leaked by a classmate the day after the shooting. The reason for its infamy is just how weird it is. He doesn't write like an actual human. He writes like an alien. I can't read the entire thing, it's just way too long. I'll probably make an entire video just reading it. Basically, the plot of it is Richard McBeef is the stepdad to this kid named John. John hates Richard for seemingly no reason and would lie that Richard molested him to his mother. This would lead to his mother taking out a chainsaw and attempting to kill Richard. Richard would kill John at the end of the story out of anger. You might recognize this story as that one Jezebel Gebergely song.
All you do for mom is all this honey poo shit, honey poo, honey poo.
Someone turned it into a movie, which is pretty interesting if you want to watch that. By the way, the class had to read each other's plays, so people were forced to read everything he'd write. According to a classmate of his, when we read Cho's plays, it was like something out of a nightmare. The plays had really twisted, macabre violence. When the students gave reviews of his play in class, we were very careful with our words in case he decided to snap. We always joked we were just waiting for him to do something, waiting to hear about something he did. But when I got the call it was Cho who had done this, I started crying. In early 2007, he would begin purchasing his firearms. First, a Walter P22 pistol in February 2007, then a Glock 19 the next
He kind of
month.
does have that school shooter look.
Now, you may be wondering how the
School shooter look. Guns, front at camera, and usually chopped as hell.
hell was he able to buy guns? Well, basically, he was ordered to attend outpatient treatment when only inpatient treatment is required to be added to the background check system. This was an oversight that would soon be closed after the shooting. It's amazing how you can be declared dangerously mentally ill, but also buy guns. He would also begin to bulk order magazines from eBay, as well as
It's normal fucking yeah.
nobody knows the meaning of it. Nobody knows the meaning of it. There's a few different theories, but it's probably just something he heard once and thought sounded cool in his deranged mind. Now, as for his video manifesto itself, it's seriously unhinged. Only around 2 minutes of it would be shown by news stations, with the rest of the footage being lost media.
I didn't have to do this. I could have left. I could have fled. But no, I will no longer run. If not for me, for my children, for my brothers and sisters that you I did it for them. You had 100 billion chances in ways to have avoided today, but you decided to spill my blood. You forced me into a corner and gave me only one option. The decision was yours.
2 minutes and this thing can stop buzzing.
Now you have blood on your hands that will never wash off. You sadistic snobs, I may be nothing but a piece of You have vandalized my heart, raped my soul, and torched my conscience. You thought it was one pathetic void life you were extinguishing. Thanks to you, I die, like Jesus Christ, to inspire generations of the weak and the defenseless people. Do you know what it feels like to be spit on your face and have trash shoved down your throat? Do you know what it feels like to dig your own grave? Do you know what it feels
He sounds like it could be an accent, but he sounds like he also has like a lisp. It could be an accent though. He's not like American, so
like to have your throat slashed from ear to ear? Do you know what it feels like to be torched alive? Do you know what it feels like to be humiliated and be impaled upon on a cross and left to bleed to death for your amusement? You have never felt a single ounce of pain your whole life. Did you want to inject as much misery in our lives as you can, just because you can? You had everything you wanted. Your Mercedes wasn't enough, you brats. Your golden necklaces weren't enough, you snobs. Your trust fund wasn't enough. Your vodka and cognac weren't enough. All your debaucheries weren't enough. Those weren't enough to fulfill your hedonistic needs. You had everything. You just loved crucifying me. You loved inducing cancer in my head, terrorizing my heart, and raping my soul all this time. When the time came, I did it.
I can't hear anything this guy's saying. I'll say.
I had to.
Imagine you're having fun sharing poems in your poetry class, and then it's this guy's turn. Around a month before the shooting, it would be revealed that he had hired an escort, and it was a very creepy experience for her. Soin-Hori Cho hired her to dance for him in a motel room 1 month before the massacre at Virginia Tech's campus. Dancer Chastity Fire said in an on-camera interview with a TV station, "I danced for a little while, and I thought we were done because he got up and went to the restroom and began washing," said Fire, a white woman with blonde hair. I don't know why the news article I'm reading specified that. She told Cho that she was going to leave, to which he responded that he had paid for a full hour and she had only performed 15 minutes. While she resumed dancing, Fire said that Cho touched her and tried to get on her before she pushed him away. Cho then apparently respected her wishes. Fire said she thought Cho looked familiar when she saw his face in the coverage of the Virginia Tech killings. She got a call from the FBI, which she said tracked her down through Cho's credit card receipts. Fire said that
Usually, school shooters, they're white dudes, but this is like the exception.
during a weekend interview, investigators asked her to describe Cho using 3 words. She chose dorky, timid, and a little pushy.
Damn.
Now, it's commonly reported that this woman was a prostitute, and people make fun of Cho for being rejected by a hooker. But I don't think that's true. I honestly think that's a bit disrespectful towards her. I'm pretty sure she was just a dancer. I don't think hookers accept credit cards. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Thank God, we're done. No, my. Okay. So. Okay. Bro's a school. Bro shop at school because he was lonely. Typical school shooter story. Lonely. Mom abused him. He didn't get along with his sister. Everyone hated him. Yeah. Then he just does stupid shit. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end stream and now I'm gonna restart stream. We're gonna play Dispatch. Okay. See you guys there.